Hello? Hello? You there? Miss Angela? Oh, man.
We're sorry. You must first...
Damn it.
Law office.
Yes, Miss Angela just called me.
Okay, hold on
someone...
just one second for me, okay?
Okay.
Please continue to hold. Your call is very important to us. We'll be right with you. Ryan? Ryan?
Yes, ma'am.
It's Angela again. I called DCFS and Kelly had said that she had emailed it to me. When I went through my emails, I do have it. She emailed it to me this morning. So I've got the psychological in front of me now. Kind of went through it. At the Christmas incident, they had you escorted out by the cops?
No.
Okay, so that is incorrect. Let's see, hang on, let me find out where it's at. Okay, because at the last sentence of that paragraph says, ultimately law enforcement had to be called to escort Mr. Ardorn out of the building. So let me make a note of that one. Did you know if the cops arrived at all?
Yeah, they came.
Okay. Was you still there when they came, or?
Yes.
Okay. Did DCFS ask you to leave before they called the cops? Do you know?
No.
Okay. So they just came, and then so the cops did you leave? Did they tell you to leave, or who? What happened?
They spoke with me.
Okay. And they told you to leave, or?
No. I was ready to
Okay.
go. They made me stay.
I'm sorry?
They made me stay.
Who made you stay?
The police. I talked to him. I talked to them. And then I left with my mom.
Okay. So what do you mean they made you stay?
Well, I just talked to the police, let them know what was going on, and then I left with my mom.
Okay. So they didn't tell you that you need to leave or anything like that?
No.
Okay. All right, I'll get a copy of that report because they'll have a police report on that. Let's see. The issue with the older brother, it says here, and I may be reading it wrong, that you have an older brother who was adopted and who you've seen a few times since he turned 18. Is that correct? You said you do have an older brother that was adopted, correct?
No.
You do not have an older brother that was adopted.
No.
Okay, I thought that's what you just told me, though.
No, he was put up for adoption.
That's the same thing. He was adopted. Or was he adopted?
No.
So he was just put up for adoption. So did he come back to live with your mom?
No. He looked my mom up when he turned 18.
Okay, so he was adopted.
He was put up for adoption. That's how I know it.
Okay, but he didn't live with y'all.
No, he never lived with us.
Okay, so you don't know whether or not he was adopted, but he was put up for adoption.
My mom had him when she was 15,
Okay.
and when she was forced by her parents to put him up for adoption. When he turned 18, he looked my mom up.
Okay. Well, the reason I'm asking is because you made that an issue in the report, and I was going to say it doesn't sound like an issue. I mean, it's semantics whether he was put up for adoption or whether the actual adoption went through or not. Here it's saying that he was adopted.
That's the story as I would have told him. If he took the time to even listen to that much of it.
Well, whenever you say you put someone up for adoption, and then they found you after the age 8, when they turned 18, they came back and they found their mom, and that presumes anybody doing that is the presumption is that an adoption took place. So that's not an issue to me, whether he was adopted or he was just put up for adoption. We don't know whether he was fully adopted or not, but the fact is that he was put up for adoption.
I mean, he references the
18,
media.
you've seen him a couple of times.
He references the media.
Well, I hadn't got to that point yet. That's further down in the report. The reference to the media, it says, I think that's putting in personal information that doesn't necessarily need to be in there.
Kelly, Miss Kelly, Miss Deaton's excellent report.
I read that as well. Now I am requesting for a copy of the report that she submitted to him so that we know what was put in that report. We'll request that. I also requested that she email me the case plan, and so she said she would get that scanned and emailed to me today, so I should have that as well. But I read through here. It doesn't, well, I know it's not me personally, so, certainly it affects you more than it does me. I'm not too concerned with the problem areas that you've pointed out in the report. More so, I'm able to question him on the fact that he took most of the information from DCFS, but he's basically saying that he can't diagnose you, that you have some paranoid thoughts and tendencies, and he can't diagnose you as schizophrenic because he doesn't have the qualifications to do that first. And he looks like, to him at least, mixed personality disorder with paranoia and antisocial features, and then schizophrenia versus delusional disorder. And that's basically why he wants a psychiatrist to evaluate you, to determine if there is any diagnosis that are there. And if there is a diagnosis, would you benefit?
Well, I've been diagnosed with stuff in the past, and I know I've given the OCS copies of it, of the family services.
Right, but they're wanting a current evaluation for diagnosis to determine, because with psychiatric diagnosis, some of those things change, especially if there was substance abuse going on when you received any of the diagnoses. Now, I don't know if that was true or not. I don't know if what time you had any diagnosis done, but you certainly, now that you're off of any drugs, you would want a diagnosis that's based upon you and not based upon what, illegal substances may have an effect on your testing.
Okay.
But the report does have some, I'm not going to say inconsistencies, but I have noted the areas that are your concerns, and certainly we'll question Kelly on those issues, as well as this psychologist when he's presented for his recommendations, and how he based them off of there, off the recommendations. I can request that he provide me any notes that he took, but typically that doesn't get provided, but we can certainly request them.
Okay.
So, complete your substance abuse. Have you tested dirty for anything since you started the classes?
Never, ever.
Okay. Finish those classes out so that we can at least get you one thing done so that I can, request for increased visitation because you've completed something. The psychological evaluation has been done. Now they're requesting a psychiatric. We'll complete that, and we'll see where that takes us. But you keep doing what you need to do, and like I said, keep the outburst down. Don't give them the satisfaction of being able to use it against you. Whether the cops asked you to leave or not, they were still called, and so that goes against you. Certainly, it's something that we don't want to keep happening, because it's not going to go well for you in court if it does. Okay?
Okay.
All right, and if I see anything on the case plan, I'll give you a call if I see anything that's out of what we've already discussed, and we'll kind of go from there.
All right.
All right?
All right, thank you.
Thanks. Bye-bye.
Bye. Fucking right.